Hey guys, what's going on? This is CardinalBird5, and today I have another Flashback player review for you, and we're going to be talking about the 98 overall Adrian Beltre. This is, I believe, the 2004 version when he played for the Dodgers and won the MVP that year as well. Anyways, take a look at his attributes and his hot zones up there. I guess I haven't been paying too much attention to his hot zones, but if you look at him versus righties, they're all hot. And against lefties, most of them are hot as well. But well, the one thing I really like about this card is he hits righties better than lefties, and it's kind of weird for a right-handed hitter like Adrian Beltre. But it's really nice, and it can come in handy. And sometimes your opponents do not realize that, so a lot of the times they'll leave a righty in to face him, and he hits righties really well. Against lefties, he doesn't hit quite as well, but it's still good enough. And you also have to account for the fact that you should be seeing the ball from lefties better anyway, so you should still be able to hit decent against lefties. But his hitting attributes, top notch, really good, and I like how he is useful against righties specifically. Plate vision 77, clutch 62. Fielding is also what separates this card from a lot of other cards. His fielding 92, arm strength 90, reaction 80, 87 arm accuracy, and then of course his speed and stealing at 47. I guess his downside would be his speed, although it's not bad. So when I compare this to other elite third basemen in the game, we have that Flashback Alex Rodriguez, we have the Mike Schmidt, we have the Chipper Jones, of course, which is a real popular one, then Manny Machado, Josh Donaldson, Nolan Arenado. This is really my favorite third baseman out of all of those, just for the simple fact I believe he's the most balanced third baseman in the game. The Mike Schmidt one doesn't hit righties particularly well. He only has 59 contact versus righties. Of course, there's Brooks Robinson out there that doesn't hit well. Machado is pretty good, but he just doesn't have the same attributes as Beltre. And then, of course, we go down the list: Donaldson, Arenado. The only two I would put up there is maybe the A-Rod and maybe the Chipper Jones. But what separates Beltre from those is his defense. So I'll show you guys some of my stats of Beltre thus far, and afterwards I'll show you guys how to obtain him. So I have 19 strikeouts with him. I walked 15 times, so that's almost even. His plate vision and contact, especially against righties, will let you put the ball in play more often than not. I'm hitting 350 with him, and like I said right here, look, I actually hit 346 against righties and 366 against lefties, so I still hit lefties a little bit better. I have nearly a 400 on base, 755 slugging, 1150 OPS. Let's see how many home runs I have with him. 24 home runs with him. Again, just a great player overall. And I'll show you guys how to obtain him. I really don't see a need, once you get Beltre, I really don't see a need to switch to any other third baseman besides maybe Chipper Jones or A-Rod if you favor that hitting. So you get him in Conquest. And let me just say this, guys. I believe this is the best Conquest reward in the game. So if you want to go for a player right away, it might be Beltre. I would say the Beltre or the fielder. But anyways, to get this Beltre, what you're going to have to do is conquer the Dodgers, conquer their stronghold. See if I can find the mission for that. So yeah, you conquer the Dodgers, and then it'll unlock this Command the Dodgers mission, in which you'll get James Loney once you rack up innings with Dodgers players. I don't know if it tells you how many innings, but I don't think it's as many. I want to say like 1,000 to 1,250. And then after that, you feed Dodger players to your creative player, and you get this 98 Beltre. I think he's the highest rated card you can get in Conquest. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any that are higher. And I think he's the most useful card. So definitely great rewards out there for Conquest, and this is how you obtain him. Next, guys, we'll take him to some batting practice, and I'll give you guys a few pointers as well. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, before I take you to some batting practice, I do want to show you guys some clips of my games I've had. Now this is one game I had yesterday, and this was a pitch down in the zone. Beltre got just enough power to hit it off the wall and got it triple. So when I show you guys batting practice, one of my key tips is to try to get underneath the ball as much as possible, especially runners on. And I believe we had a runner on. Or no, we didn't. I think it was just a triple. But yeah, try to get under the ball as much as possible. And I like to start my PCI middle in. Here we have an 0-2 count. I got just enough of it, a little bit late, but I got just enough of it, and Beltre has good contact, and I got a line drive up the middle for a base hit, just to show you how good Beltre's contact is, just right there. And then this next game, again, I like to start my PCI about middle in. I have my opponent challenging me middle in, and we have an 0-1 count here. I'm out in front of a good pitch from the slider, so we're down 0-2. But the thing is about Beltre is he has such good contact and plate vision. I don't get too worried. I lay off the slider there. Again, I'm trying to focus middle in a little bit, about right here. I saw the breaking ball there from Jose Fernandez. Laid off. We're up to a 2-2 count right now, and I got a pitch middle in on the plate, and I hit it out. Got just enough of it. So just an example of how good this card is. So stay tuned for some batting practice. Alright guys, what's going on? So we're in some batting practice here with Flashback, Adrian Beltre. Give you guys a few pointers. And I also got some requests to mix up the hitting cameras. So we will try, I don't know, the show 16, the show 15. So we're doing hitting practice here. You can take a look at Beltre's stance. And we are facing Matt Harvey. So one thing I do notice, even though he's a right-handed hitter and he hits righties better, again, a lot of people do try to challenge him for whatever reason. So you want to make sure you look for that middle in pitch, and that's really one of the main pitches I look for Beltre. He also has really good opposite field power, just like that. There's really not a wrong way to hit with this card, honestly. Like, if you want to be all power, you can. You can definitely do that. If you want to hit the all fields, you can do that as well. The one thing I recommend for Beltre, though, is to try to hit under the ball as much as possible. And if you're gonna bat him, like, I think a good spot to bat him is usually like third or cleanup or whatnot. If you have a runner on first, you really want to make sure you get under the ball best you can. That, and you also want to make sure you work the count. I say this because he is a prime candidate for double plays, especially righty on righty if they keep the ball down. So just make sure you guys are careful with that. Try to get on top of the ball. One thing I like to do with my PCI with Beltre is I do like to start at about middle in, a little bit lower, about right here, and then I like to react accordingly. And like I said, he can hit to all fields, so don't be afraid to try to hit behind the runner. You can do hit and runs with him and whatnot. But the only thing I do notice is that people will try to bat him like in the 3 or 4 hole, and you'll have, like, I notice I'll have runners in front of him a lot. That's a perfect opportunity for you guys to see pitches, be patient, but at the same time, look to drive the ball and look to get underneath the ball as much as possible. If you guys are going to put your PCI high and in, just be careful that you don't drop it and get on top of it. And this is also a card you really don't need a power swing with. So this is a card I recommend to mainly just use the X swing. It works just fine, as I'm using X mainly here. And as you see, I'm trying to get under the ball as much as possible. I don't know if I even have a home run with him yet, but he's hit some deep fly balls, just like that. So yeah, I'd recommend batting this card, either 3, 4, or 5 in your lineup, depending on what you have. Mix them in between 2 lefties or whatnot. And it's kind of a weird card because he hits lefties worse than he does righties. But it's still a good card to mix in between those lefties because a lot of people will just assume he's the current Beltre and he hits lefties even better. So yeah, you can mix him in between 2 lefties or however you want. I guess it doesn't matter as much. So yeah, I guess my one tip with Beltre is he can hit to all fields just like that. Let's see if this actually leaves the park. There we go. Just like that. But what I like to do is I like to start my PCI about right here, and I try to get under the ball as much as possible. Just pick the ball out of Matt Harvey's hand and stay on it. You can pull the ball or push it. Doesn't necessarily matter. He's honestly a really, really good opposite field hitter. So if you want to play at a smaller park that has, a short right field, like Sportsman's Park, where I like to play at a lot, or even Yankee Stadium, those are 2 great parks to play where he has tremendous power. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the review. This is the Flashback 98 overall Adrian Beltre, and this is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.